Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. So I did a little bit of investigation, and I discovered that, I discovered that this production is not actually blocked. The display of infinity turns to complete because this system has zero production is just a bug. Because when I went forward a turn or two, the buyout cost for the behemoth was going down, so I think it is being built. It's just being built invisibly for some reason. That's a weird... I don't know why that would happen. That's a weird bug, but as long as it's working, it's fine. Alright, so let's talk about our situation a little bit here. It is probably the case that at some point the Cravers are going to declare war on us. My thinking there is just that, first of all, they've threatened us repeatedly. I've refused to accede to their demands for money, and Cravers love to fight, and they have nobody else to fight. It's unfortunately the case that the way the galaxy generated, I am between them and everybody else. So probably we're going to see some bloodshed there. I think we're ready. I think we're headed in the direction of ready. We should probably go ahead and get another one of these Mind Flayers in the queue. If these things do their job, they only need to do it once probably. If we can win one battle with the Mind Flayer fleet, we will end up in control of a large enough number of ships in total that that'll be sufficient to ward off the rest of these guys. Fingers crossed. That's my hope. On this front, we're in a little bit more danger. This is a pretty serious fleet, and we know that the Riftborn fleet in general, or the Riftborn fleet itself, is also scary. How much manpower do they have in total? 2.7k, a mix of infantry and armor. We only have 450 max defense. Obviously, we're bleeding defense rapidly because of the siege. It's not as bad as it looks, because remember, we will be able to feed manpower into each round of the defense by conscripting population, but we can only do that until we run out of population. And it's going to, even if we win that battle, which I don't think we would, it's going to end up with the system being crippled, right? Because it's going to have very little population left. So I'm definitely concerned here. I think that we will hold out for a few rounds of ground assault, but that they will eventually overwhelm us. I don't think that losing Asulo is all that bad, but we do have to have a plan for preventing them from just doing the same thing everywhere else, right? So, I mean, keep building ships, right? What does it cost? It would be 5.6k to buy one of these out. Can we make 5.6k happen? I'm a little negative on dust income now, which sucks, but I'm sure we can figure it out. 756. Okay, so these are not super valuable, but we can sell them. These have value to us already, and also they're not worth anything on the market, so there's no reason to sell them. And then we could part with some of this stuff, too. Probably quite a lot of it. Yeah, okay, so we have some money to work with. We have a ship en route. It's like, what am I doing with this fleet? Okay, if we buy this out, then that'll complete next turn. This guy will arrive next turn. We'll have 18 command points worth of ship. And then I guess actually what we want to do is maybe just build another small ship to send in there. Warden versus Squire. I think maybe a Warden. Well, the Squires fight at a different range, which might be useful. Let's make it a Squire. We'll buy that out too. And that means we have a full 19 command points worth of ships at Hamal next turn, at Asulo the turn after, probably. Even if they hit the ground, remember there's a limited amount of deployment that they can do. If we can run the fleet off before the ground battle completes, then we can use our fleet to reinforce the ground forces, and we can probably still hold the system. I am not, in case it's unclear from my tone of voice, I am not confident that we can beat this fleet. Just having larger ships than your opponent is such a big deal. We are working on getting to the tier of technology here where we will be able to research our own large ship designs. An invocation-class carrier is going to be a huge asset, although, obviously, as you can see there in the cost, The hull is made out of adamantium and antimatter, so we will need to get mining tech as well. One problem at a time, though, I think. Is interspecies HR actually doing anything for us by itself? Maybe it would be worth a little detour, since we couldn't make use of the ship design anyway. Maybe it's worth a little detour to neural robotics and extreme atmospherics. This would be 8 turns each. I mean, they wouldn't actually be 8 turns each, right? Because we're about to get a bunch of science via battle. But, like, cultural inverdicts matters a lot, right? We need the approval boost. I would love to be able to refigure our laws a little bit. Yeah, alright. Finish that first. Finish that first. Nervous. So what we could just hit ESO if they declare on us. I don't really want to though. I want to flip ESO to the Academy because I want to see that mechanic in action. Actually, yeah, permits you to attribute to the Academy systems within your sphere of influence that are owned by other empires as long as you have a diplomatic status of Cold War or peace. If they declare war on us before the bubble gets over ESO, that would actually really suck. Maybe we can butter them up somehow?
Feast.
Okay. They're gonna feast? That's bad. How would you like 50 red saying? How does that sound? It's a gift. Because we're friends.
Machines designed with one purpose.
He's feeling sneaky, but now he's distracted. Now he's gonna have to find time to eat all this red saying. Okay. So, yeah, down here we need to get this done. If I could make a little bit more money and buy out another Mind Flayer, that might be a good idea, because this is not enough ships yet. We're getting there. Alright, what's the state of my hacks? Every episode I begin with... Okay. I feel like every episode I begin with, hey, you need to place a hack. At least this time I remembered to look. Alright, let's see how things go. I wonder how long it'll be before they actually drop on Asulo. Because they're going to, right? That's gonna happen. We probably do not have time to, Oh yeah, so here, just as proof, it was 103k to buy it out last turn, now it's 100k. So I think it's working. It's just not showing that it's working, for whatever reason. The Remnants and Refugees event has come to an end, so the chance of negative consequences from that has come to an end. And is there anything we can do? I don't think there's anything we can do here to make them like us better with our hack. I guess we can embed another sleeper. Changing their political party... I don't think that's going to help us. I think I'm just going to embed another sleeper. More economic bonuses and stuff. Alright, so we are formed up. Let's create a fleet out of these guys and merge you and you and you. Okay, just making sure that I wasn't accidentally grabbing the siege ships, which obviously have no value in battle. And then... do we move? I guess we move. There's not much point in waiting. We're going to keep building ships on the back end here. Does Kuma have enough industry to make ships at a reasonable speed? We're under attack. Not really, is the answer to that question. We could try to build... And they don't even build boarding ships quickly. Even with the new... Oh, you know what? It's not showing the industry from the new building yet. I wonder if these numbers are not accurate. These numbers might be wrong. We have to hope these numbers are wrong. It's very important. Maybe we just build a bunch of the small boarding ships, and we try to rush the enemy fleet with boarding ships. The thing is, if we're going at them with traditional guns now, all the damage we do is going to be in the form of damage to the ship's health. Boarding ships don't care about the ship's health, so it would be like starting over, basically. If we build traditional combat ships, they'll be able to pick up where the last fleet left off. And apparently, that's interesting. I triggered them attacking by sending my fleet. My fleet got close enough for them to see it, and that triggered the ground assault. I wonder why. I wonder why that was the tactic. We have... Okay, we hit 50 Nakalim. I think. Yeah. So we now have this, this collection bonus here. Plus 5% resource tithe. I sure wish we could see the resource tithe. My kingdom for the resource tithe. Do I have a craver in my empire? Is that what that said? Where the hell is there a craver? Unfortunately, there's no way to... Did we receive a craver immigrant somewhere? This system is all Zermasala and... Hey, it must be the case that I'm exerting enough cultural pressure that a craver emigrated from one of the craver worlds to one of my worlds? Yeah, we totally have one. Where is he? Oh, yeah, I guess on the planet that's partially depleted, sure. So the cravers generate a ton more resources than everybody else because they are aggressively strip mining worlds. Why don't you go over here, aggressively strip mine all the industry out of this world? Especially since we're thinking about turning both of these into temples, right? So let's see. All of the Epistis in the system should be on the sterile worlds. We should have those full, because that's where all of our building speed is coming from. And that, you know, moving all those guys over got a turn off of the Mind Flayer. And then between these two planets, which one... Okay, between these two planets, we want to have this one full. Yeah. This is a thing that just happens sometimes. You've seen, like when we take over a system, we sometimes get people emigrating out of it to other systems. That can happen for a number of reasons. Cultural pressure does it. I wonder if we're pushing back on Lakim now that we finished our museum. Maybe. Okay, let's deal with this. This is pretty straightforward. We don't really have an option here. We have to draft or we lose the system. They actually only have the power to put in... Or they only have the manpower limit to put 600 manpower into the battle at a time, which isn't actually that bad for us. Like I said, I expect we will... Yeah, we did fine there. We will hold out for a while. At some point, I'm going to run out of population, and they're still going to have 2,000 manpower coming off of their ships. They will beat us. I'm going to put the thing that they destroyed back in the queue. I think that's pretty important to get reestablished. And then down here on Tikal... Geez, I don't know. Ships, probably. But not good ships, because those would be hard to build here. Yeah, get me, like, just some... Really? 11 turns? Okay, hold on. Oops, that's not what I wanted. We're being blockaded by... Oh, and Graphius is being blockaded by more stuff. More serious stuff. Okay, that's a problem that we will deal with. Tikal probably should not be building a square. It should probably be building other stuff. I guess... This is pretty bad. It's only 10 industry here. I guess build me one of those? I was going to say real quick, but they don't have the power to do anything real quick. It would be 17k to rush this, just in case. Can we make 17k happen? Probably not. I'm a little short on resources. Okay, that's fine. The Cravers are not actually at war with us. Hopefully that will remain the case for a little while longer. We're so close to being able to use ESO. Technically, I'm within my right to attack this slicer, but I think I probably shouldn't if I'm trying to keep the Cravers from going to war with us. Okay, no big surprise in the political survey. We really, really want to keep the militarists in charge, because we want the approval from the wars. The war singular. Maybe we should redeclare. Since it is free to declare war on the Hisho again, maybe we should? Is it free to declare from truce?
We can be trusted to
no,
act
it is not.
As you think we will.
That said, we do have a pretty big bank. I'm just thinking being at war with the Hisho probably doesn't pose much of a threat to us. And we're not even at full approval. They only have one system as far as we're aware, but they're probably doing nothing but building warships. Are they still at war with the Riftborn? They are. They might be too busy to mess with us. We're also getting our influence pressure to a point where we can almost make some demands here. So once we have that option, it'll appear in this menu. I don't remember exactly how far it has to get. I think we might be notified when it is the case that we could make a demand. We might not, though, just out of, you know, again, not wanting to actually be at war. This is a problem. These pirates are going to burn down Graphius. And I really don't have time to deal with this. Can Graphius build ships? They wouldn't have to be much. In fact, a single commander would probably solve the problem. It's a very slow build. But this is what we have to be focused on buying out, I think, because we really don't want to lose this system. And then once we have a single commander, we can fight any number of pirates down there, I bet. Okay, you guys shouldn't do anything. Yeah, just chill. I guess we're just hitting next turn and hoping here. Oh, we did, yes, that's true, we did complete a hack. Well, we probably ought to hack these guys, right? Let's maybe run a hack from Aquarius to Gatria. A hack from a Sulo might work? Am I allowed to run a hack from a blockaded system? And they're not blockading all the data traffic, apparently. Yeah, let's see if we can't get some vision of what's going on in this system real quick. Mostly what I'm curious about is what's in orbit and what are they building. What are they building in there? So we'll hold out for another turn or two. Well, we probably will be able to hold out until we run out of population. So, like, another 6 turns. But obviously we don't want to hang there and... We don't want this to be happening for 6 turns. That would be pretty bad for us. Alright, so we're just going to do the same thing here. Draft population into battle. It's not ideal, but it's the only choice we have. Yeah, I don't know why that's taken so long to resolve. The remnants are thriving members of your empire. Yeah, okay, so... Increased manpower refill rate on your fleets at the cost of additional retrofit costs, or the other thing. Honestly... first of all, I do want the militarists to stay in charge. So that is definitely a consideration here. But I don't know. I don't think we want to slow down our manpower refill rate. Well, do I think I'm going to be invading anybody in the next 10 turns? It might not matter. Lowered retrofit costs also probably don't matter, though, because we don't have any new weapon systems coming online or anything. There's no reason for us to be doing any retrofitting. So I guess I'm going to take this to try to make sure that the militarists stay in the lead over the religious party. I guess it's not a strong option, but I don't think our choices there matter too terribly much.
Come eat.
Oh, you suck! That's really annoying, actually. Alright, well... Alright, I'm going to hold off with the behemoth and not leave this turn, because I want us to arrive on the same turn. I don't think this system is in any danger. Plus 20% defending troop health on system. Turns out might be relevant. Yeah, that's actually just supremely annoying. I don't think we're in a lot of danger from them. I guess they have a lot of mediums. I'll tell you what, we would be in literally zero danger from them if we weren't already occupied on the other side of our empire with a different enemy. We could just buy the pirate mark off for 5.1k, but I don't think that would cause the pirate ships that have already arrived to leave. We could try to convince them to attack somebody else. I think you have to be able to see their systems to do that. Or we can interact with them from here, that's right.
We will always talk if you got dust. You do have some.
Yeah, so we could buy a pirate mark on somebody else's systems. I mean, it's not going to matter. It would be irrelevant. The pirates would just get destroyed. The only reason that there's an issue here is that we are being attacked on both sides, and that's not, as far as we know, true for anybody else. Alright, time for this thing. They attacked us, which is a bad sign. That means they think they'll win. So does the balance of power meter. Alright, let's figure this out. So our hero ship would like to be short range. The squires are good at medium. The wardens are short, and the commander is short. Compared to their ships, which like to be short range considerably less. Yeah, their little penance ships kind of want to be up close. And the last thing they did was gravity distortion. So obviously we're running influential or plasma distortion. We have to have a flotilla at close range. If we run influential, we could do doubles. Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe this is not based on anything solid, but I think it is the case that the AI usually likes to run a pretty heavy middle flotilla. I think I want my short-range ships to be there. And we want to kill one of these carriers if we can. I think that's the most important thing. They do gravity distortion. We'll have a couple of ships out at long range. Those have got to be squires. I mean, actually, this is probably fine, right? And then, do we run 3 commanders middle? The thing is, once we defeat their middle flotilla, provided that we do, the ships in the middle are no longer going to be short range to anybody else. But I think we got to stack the middle flotilla pretty hard. I'm gonna leave one commander off to the side, just because I think there's a pretty good chance that if we stack all the commanders in the middle, we're gonna lose one or both of the side flotillas very quickly, and doing that would cost us some of our damage bonus, right? All right, let's try it this way. I'm not super sanguine here, but like we just have to do some damage. We have to destroy some of these ships. Okay, I think this is good for us. Right? So we'll start medium and stay medium out here. In this one, we'll start medium and close to short pretty quickly. And short is not great for them. And then over here, we'll start at long and we'll close. Being at long is actually a benefit for them, but we're all projectile. Actually, that top flotilla is pretty bad for us. My most fervent hope here is that we kill a carrier. That's the thing that needs to happen for us to have a chance of winning this war. We have to get through these carriers. So I think this flotilla is going to go... This battle here is going to go poorly for us, even though we have a numbers advantage. Now, some of their weapon systems are missile-based, and those missiles, some of them at least, are going to be getting shot down because of the fact that we're using bullet weapons. Looks like we're doing pretty good work on that medium ship. We got to get rid of that medium ship. We're going to see this close to close range pretty soon. It's kind of a weird flight path, actually. I don't know what causes this audio bug, by the way. This is a thing that's been present for many, many versions. It is absolutely for sure the game and not my computer, so there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Frankly, I'd rather the audio just drop out like this than be all crackly. Alright, we dealt with the medium. We are now at optimal shooting range for our ships, and we're getting through those missile weapons. It looks like we're going to get the carrier. We might get the carrier without any losses in this middle flotilla. Oh, and we won over here. We just did enough damage. Okay, so we're going to get a carrier for sure. We lost the other flotilla, but fortunately, their flight paths make it the case that they can't fire everything they have at us. We're able to shoot down a fair number of missiles. Yep, audio. Yeah, so you can see a lot of those missiles are not making contact. This actually went pretty well. This went better than I was expecting it to go. I really love how complex the combat systems in this game are. How many concerns there are in a battle. We have a moment here where our flight path is really bad. They're actually going to probably clip that medium ship because of the fact that we can't shoot at them right now. Okay, battle ended before that volley of missiles hit. That was a really good outcome. Like, really good. Way better than I was expecting. I figured we were going to maybe be able to scrape one of those bastions, but we were going to lose almost everything in the process, and then we were going to have to come back with another group of ships. This is something. Okay, so we got a bunch of dust and science out of that thing. We have enough science that interspecies HR is completed, although it won't actually finish until the beginning of next turn. I'm going to pull these out of the queue. Hold on, we'll bank the overflow. I'm not sure what we want to do with it yet. Do we want to just initiate battle again immediately? Probably not. Could I repair some of these ships? I probably shouldn't spend that much. Like, we could. We could repair this commander right now. And then just immediately attack again and drive them off. If we do that, we're putting ourselves in a position where it's very, very difficult for us to buy this ship out. How many turns do we probably have left here? Not that many. But we have to run these guys off, right? How much do we repair per turn? Okay, even though it's conflicted airspace, it's still my airspace, so we are still getting regeneration. Huh. Well, and we have to do, if we don't maintain a pretty solid fleet over here, we definitely run into the potential danger of Greens sweeping in with their fleet, which we know to be a real threat to us. I think I'm gonna not buy the repair, but we are going to attack again. I'm gonna hope that the wardens and stuff can just draw off enough of the fire. So they have 9 command points in this fleet now. They no longer get all 3 flotillas. That's a big deal for us. Things put in the 3rd flotilla will not be safe necessarily, but they'll be safer. How many command points do we lose here? 5? You guys don't have the movement to arrive on Asulo in 1 turn. I was just thinking, like, even though these ships don't have very good weapon systems, just throwing them in there as a thing that might get shot at instead of the commanders is maybe useful. I am going to have them fly over. So I think we're just going to attack again. I think it behooves us to keep the pressure up. If we wait until next turn, we'll get a 10% repair on all of our ships, but they might send in reinforcements. You know what? They probably will not send in reinforcements prior to me being able to click the attack button, though. So I guess let's do that. Let's wait. We'll wait and we'll try to merge the 2 fleets up before we attack. Alright, you are going to start moving next turn. We could just attack Iso or Wasat. I think we should probably try to break the fleet, their fleet that is in our space. And then over here we have this concern. Should we actually hold on a second? Should we change our laws? Now that we have a second war, we might be able to drop Toys for Boys. Although we're only holding Devoted by a little bit. Just thinking getting 10% industry back in all of our systems would be cool. I don't know what we would replace it with. Oh, lower fleet costs, probably. Yeah, that feels pretty good. We would lose... So we'd probably lose Devoted. Which means we'd be at an even greater dust debt. We probably cannot actually do that right now. Yeah, alright, we'll have to hold off. So we are going to try to execute some maneuvers very quickly at the beginning of the next turn here. First thing is, all fleets execute their planned moves, then do a merge, then do an attack. Oh, and also there's an election. I think we're okay, and we can't afford to cheat, and like we don't have any spare resources right now. Let's go this way. We'll skip watching the vote. Okay. It worked. We got some new laws. Okay. Plus 30 approval on all systems. And plus 30 approval per owned home system on all systems. So if we were to take Oh, this is 60 approval. Because we do have the Hisho Home system. So, okay. We replace Toys for Boys. Excuse me. Replace Toys for Boys with this. It gets us hard, devoted, ecstatic almost everywhere. And it doesn't cost us any industry. It does cost us a lot of influence. But we have a pretty significant bank right now. I don't think that should be an issue. Come on, quickly, quickly, quickly. I'm mashing the hell out of this button, just clicking as hard as I can. Merge and fight. Okay, so that system is locked now. You need to start moving in this direction, so you guys will arrive at the same time. What is this? Huh, some pirates just appeared on Gia the instant we left. That's weird. That's a strange thing. And these are legitimately minor faction ships. They're certainly not cravers like in privateer mode. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Okay, that has come to an end. It is a real shame. Let's go ahead and make that change now. We're going to abolish this law, and we're going to run us or them instead. That is a cost that we can totally sustain. And look at that. Everybody's happy now. Almost everybody's happy. Things are really rough on Kamos. We'll get there, but that's better. Nakalim has been hacked. Pisces has been hacked. Aquarius has been hacked. So Nakalim and Pisces, okay. So 2 of those were probably cravers. These cravers being so advanced on science that they can run two hacks at the same time. Nakatuan gets to upgrade his fleet. I don't know if if this buff will take effect in the battle that we're in right now. If like the stats of the ships are locked when you hit the battle button or not. We've entered a new technology stage, which is cool and fun. We are no longer desperate for cultural invertix, so I guess we are in fact doing the thing I was planning on doing before. And we better win some battles, because we're not going to get those researched fast enough without the science from battles. Okay. This is a total no-brainer. We are drafting again. We're actually pushing them back. We're killing a lot of them. We're holding out better than I thought we would. These are good fighters, right? No, they're not. They're not one of the factions that is just like plus damage in ground battles. We do have some of those guys, I think. I guess we could have shipped them to the front. Hey, you go die for your colonizers feels like a pretty bad thing to say, though. I definitely have moral qualms with that style of play. Okay, so they are still predicted to win, but they were predicted to win last time, and I would say that they did not. How do we want to run it this time? I think we want to use plasma distortion again. Again, a lot of it comes down to where I think they're going to put the Bastion, I suppose. We want to be able to put our commanders against the Bastion in close range. So if they go for Bastion, if they go Bastion in the top, we want to run Influential. I think I'm going to do it like this. And then, again, the ships that are in this flotilla are close to immortal. It's very unlikely they'll actually receive any significant fire. But it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to be anything other than squires. And then at long range we have... I think I'm just going to put all of the siege ships in this flotilla. Their weapon systems are bad, but mostly what they're doing here is they're drawing fire. And we're just going to go ahead and run the injured commanders. We're going to lose some people here. I'm going to put another warden in this flotilla, I think, just to make sure that there's enough bullet weapons to drive off missiles. Alright, let's see how this goes. If they don't put their... They put everything center, even though they did not have to. They do have enough command points that they can use the second flotilla. That's an interesting decision, because that means that we have a 30%... I have no idea why they did that. They just kind of ceded a 15% damage bonus to us. I actually think that was a huge error. I'm not sure why that was the move for them. Alright, let's watch it like this. So their missiles are gonna not get through. Very, very few of their missiles are gonna get through. We have some ray shielding, but they have more energy weapons than we can stop, certainly. And unfortunately, it looks like we're not doing a lot of damage to the carrier in the early going here, because my ships are very fixated on that guy. So we're about to lose a commander. Siege ships out there are not contributing almost anything, but what they are doing is giving us that extra flotilla damage bonus. Okay, I think we're going to lose 2 commanders, but we're going to ultimately win the battle. Man, maybe we're not even going to ultimately win the battle, because with those 2 commanders dead, that's a lot of total damage lost. Okay, no, we're okay. They're losing their carrier. Breach imminent. Okay. Whew. A costly victory against a vastly superior foe. But, you know, also it did pay out. Okay, sorry, not you. You are the commander we need to buy out. Can we make that happen yet? How much of mining have we done? And we can sell some. Wow, three dust per. Jesus. And we can sell some of this stuff. Boy, I sure hope I'm not underestimating these pirates. Alright, so that commander will spawn next turn. Did my relic collection get cancelled? I don't think I canceled it, did I? Man, I hope not. That's a bunch of wasted time. Alright, well. I don't know how this will work. I'm hoping that it finishes the shipyards and then the commander. So the commander comes out with XP. I should have done that a little bit differently. Okay, Nakalim is close to producing its own ship over there. We know that Nakalim is largely undefended. So I think what we're going to do here is produce some siege ships. It looks to me like they're very focused on the this front of the war. We might be able to make some stuff happen in their backfield, which will hopefully have the end result of drawing some of them off. This is unacceptable. Can I ask Isiander to get the hell out of my systems?
Yes?
No. Like, this just shouldn't be a thing that can happen. Because I am not at war with him, so he shouldn't be sieging my systems. He definitely shouldn't just have a colony ship hanging out around a thing that is owned by a player. But if we attack his ship to drive it off, then we're going to have to pay. He's basically just being an ass for no reason, which I am not in love with. How's this coming? Okay, down to 82. It's coming along. Man, I wish we had another law slot. I really do. There is a way to get some. So we're a republic right now, right? Where's the law slots? Ooh, what do you have to do to earn that? I would love that. Be the first to buy out 3 systems with influence using influence conversion. Okay, so that's not occurring. Here we go. There's bonus law slots here. There's a tech that gives you some of that, right? No, that's not it. I might be wrong about that. Yeah, it might not be a thing that exists in a tech. Well, shoot. So, okay, we're not going to be able to get another law slot without researching for extremely expensive technologies. I sure hope my behemoth is as good as it looks. Alright, so this battle's going to keep going, but now we have the manpower advantage, and they no longer have things ferrying in additional manpower. So I think we should be able to hold that. I'm really surprised by that. I thought for sure that Osula was lost, and that we were just going to do a bunch of damage on the way out. Oh, hey, look, Aquarius took over an asteroid field. That's cool. I think that's 50 industry. That's actually really nice. And that's applied at the system level, so it's not affected by, like, temples and stuff. Alright, ground battle at Osulo. Oh, they hacked us into the bad battle plan. It's a pretty good move. The thing is, at this point, even if they defeated our ground forces, we would just destroy them from the air, so... They should not have access to the preemptive bombing ground tactic if they don't have ships. Because how are they... From where? From where are they bombing? Okay, this has come to an end, which is fine. It means we're actually not positive on influence anymore, but whatever. Okay, back to Cold War with you. Zirmisala population boost could be rerun. We're so close to being able to... You know what? We probably have to ship some Zirmisala to some places with space for population, though. Alright, we've been attacked at Pisces. We'll get to that in a moment. Get me a sleeper on Gatria because I need to know what's happening. Okay, they have no ships. They've optimized it for industry, but they have no ships in the area and they're not building any ships right now. That's really good news, actually. We are in hard military production. Nakalim is close to producing another thing, and then we get some siege ships and we make a move on Lakim. If we can take over Lakim, that would be phenomenal. Here at Graphius. I mean, these guys are really weak. They also are entirely projectile defended, which does suck for us. But I think let's launch and try to push them out. So we just want B close up. Oh, that's right. They're different fleets, and each pirate fleet is treated almost as though it is its own faction. So we don't they don't glom together in defense, which means that this is going to be, instead of one pretty easy battle, 3 extremely easy battles. I only have 1 action point, so I have to let them attack us from here on, but that's just like free stuff. If these guys are smart, they won't even attack. They'll just wait for me to have to do it on my next turn. Sorry, that's smart in terms of, like, hindering me, not smart in terms of accomplishing whatever their weird pirate goals might be. I really want this relic, but I guess this ship maybe isn't going anywhere. Okay, they did attack. I'm wondering if maybe the actual smart move here is just get to really building stuff on Graphius and let the ship pull the relic. Why can I not select that? There we go. Yeah, because there are things that we could be building here. This system is actually okay at stuff. We are ecstatic. Everybody's ecstatic everywhere. Let's make some more ships, maybe? That might be the smart play. Or... you don't really need food that badly. This is probably a good time for more ships. Actually, maybe let's put together a Mind Flayer over here. Well, mixing the fleet, going some traditional weapons and some boarding pods, is not ideal. It's not the way you want to be doing things. Alright, yep, so we made ourselves a decent amount of money on all that. Here on Altair, probably we are building ships. I mean, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but we're going to need a lot of ships. Alright, let's resolve this battle. So this battle I'm a little bit more confident about. Let's see what strategy we want to apply. The Behemoth wants to be short range, but it doesn't matter so much because a significant portion of the Behemoth's weaponry is fighters. So what do they want to do? Let's try to stymie them a little bit. Okay, energy weapons. Energy weapons. Alright, they all want medium range more than anything. They're very medium range focused. So take trophies would be terrible. Shield penetration is maybe a bad idea for both fleets' shield penetration because they're so heavily weapon-based. So maybe we play influential. We have a commander for short range that leaves the middle flotilla at their optimum range. Which is to say that we are going to lose the middle flotilla. It's maybe not bad, though. Yeah, this might be the right way. Let's see, the aspirants really want to be short. Yeah, we're definitely gonna lose our... We're gonna lose some stuff here. I do think that we have to fight, though. Let's watch this one. I'm curious how this is gonna work out. Okay, again, not choosing to use all 3 flotillas, probably bad play. Stacking up heavily on the bottom, also pretty bad play. That said, we're still definitely going to lose our middle flotilla, and we're probably also going to lose this one. We have to hope that the bombers from the behemoths are able to manage a lot of this. That really drives home the difference in scale, huh? There's also some weirdness in the flight paths here, where like I have a really good broadside at them, but they have some difficulty approaching on us. Okay, it looks like this guy's going down pretty quickly. The behemoth hasn't really started dealing damage yet because the bombers take some time to arrive. So I'm pleased to see this ship so damaged already. Yep, there goes that flotilla. They have some bombers of their own. But we have bullet weapons mounted on our behemoth, and they don't have any bullet weapons mounted on their ships, so I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to shoot their bombers down, and my bombers are going to get to run rampant. Didn't he have 8 bomber modules? Why are we... Or 8 bombers worth of modules? I'm not sure why we're only seeing 4 in action here. Curious how quickly the damage is going to stack up. Unfortunately, given the bloom on that engine, it's really hard to see the health bar there. Okay, guys, start making bomb at any time. Are we going to do the thing? Nobody is shooting. Oh, each one of these icons represents 2 bombers. Okay, they started with the small ship, the one that they deal the least damage against, so that's annoying. I mean, it's taking some damage. So remember, the bombers have a significant damage penalty against small ships. They absolutely should not be preferring the small ships as targets. I guess this one at least is the defensive type, and so its whole job is to draw fire. That's how long it took for the bombers to actually do it. They didn't actually fire at any of the ships they'd be good at attacking. That's very annoying. Alright, we're creating lots of system relics. Yeah, really just tremendously annoying, the way that worked out. That's right. I was like, I can't even remember what our faction quest is, but our faction quest is garbage. Not doable. When it finally looked like we were going to be able to do it, they totally screwed us. So, the good news is that I think our behemoth is probably well suited to this battle. I'm just going to attack. And we're going to go for... They want to be medium, and I really don't. Yeah, we'll go short. I'm a little more effective at short range. Interesting that they went take trophies. Oh, Plasma distortion, right. I want to be short, but plasma distortion's probably bad. Alright, commit here. So we're immediately taking way more damage. Remember, we are temporarily at optimum range for them. The bombers should approach a lot faster this battle, though. Although it is a little frustrating that they're going... 2 of them are going to each different flotilla instead of focusing fire. No, never mind. I thought these lines here indicated flight paths, but I guess these are just targeting indicators. These are the guns. Alright, well, the bombers will hopefully actually deal some meaningful damage this time, instead of just shooting tiny ships that don't matter. Come on, guys. Alright, there's the commit. There we go. That's what we want to see. We are gonna lose our behemoth, though. You can see we are shooting their bombers down with the bullet weapons. Not very quickly, though. Alright, one group of bombers is dead. There goes that medium ship. The other group of bombers is nearly dead. Okay, so that's all that damage is over with. We're going to knock out that medium vessel pretty quickly. What we really need here, and then, you know, just with the guns, the behemoth is actually doing the work on this side. What we really need here is just for our behemoth to survive the battle, because we can run away and repair it. They cannot as easily replace their losses. I'm a little concerned, though, that that's not going to happen. I mean numbers. Close enough to see numbers. Yeah, I think we're going to lose the behemoth. Retreat, you fools! That is pretty bad. Will the bombers complete their mission by any chance? Nope. You should probably leave. Wait, is there a... Yeah, okay, I guess you can probe the encounter remains before you go. Oh good, minus movement points. What a time for this. The good news is we have 60 dust. Those encounter remains need to be more substantial. Alright, well you go to here. And maybe Altair is building a new behemoth instead. That's true, I am building a behemoth, but we're allowed to have two. There's some weirdness going on with these systems. Okay, the good news is that because we've dramatically reduced the number of command points that they have in orbit, the speed at which they siege us has also dramatically reduced. I really thought that Behemoth was going to have a greater effect. And we suffered a little bit there for the fact that the bombers just get into combat very slowly. Do we want to run people away from Osulo just to clean this guy up? It's probably not worth it. Alright, so next turn we're in a position to attack there, or to make a move with that fleet. I'm going to be honest with you. War's not going quite as well as I had hoped. We do need to reassign our hacking operation. Okay, what about... I need more information. What about a hack that runs to... Oh, you know what? We should hack Lakim. Because I'm going to want to mess with their ground tactics, right? And I should remember to run an accelerator on that hack. We did not get traced before completing the hack doing the direct route last time, so I'm hopeful that that will continue to be the case. And then we don't really have any strategics that we can afford to sell. I'd really love to buy out some of these siege ships and just get the sieging happening faster, but I don't think we can. The good news is all of the battle has really taken some... Oh, I was supposed to tell you to leave. Move on. Mash this button so that the scout ship doesn't get attacked by that medium, which it definitely will not defeat. Come on. There you go. Alright, ground battle continues. Unfortunately, we have no choice but to stampede, but you can see the reserve from the ships means that we are not going to lose. They have replaced their singularity on Osulo. It runs out, so they had to renew it. No big surprise there, but they dropped a lot of troops on our planet, but they have no hope of winning this conflict. And as soon as that hack wears off and we can use normal ground tactics again, we'll crush them. This is only a 13 manpower fleet, or a 13 command point fleet. We could definitely jam some more value in here.
Dishonorable proposal.
I seek reliable allies. Man, is that the situation that we're in now? I'm allying with the Hisho? It might be. Honestly, yes, it definitely is, right? How could it not be? What do we... I guess we build ships here, even though we can't do it very effectively. We can put something together. We're gonna need ships. So, is it little ones? Do I want to spend 10 turns building a medium ship on Pisces right now? Is that a sensible thing to do? I guess if we built a medium, if we were able to get into a place where we could buy out a commander here, it would put that other ship down pretty easily, right? That ship is really damaged and it will not be able to repair. They also do not have the ability to ground attack us. Presumably he's just holding while a reinforcement fleet moves in. It won't be these guys, because the nine littles they're not going to get anything done really. Yeah, I think we just have to hold while we continue to build out. 70k now, it's happening. It's just, you know, it's getting there. Do we go? Actually, what we probably do is take the positrons out of the fleet because they're slower than the other ships. They're weighing us down. We still send them over there. They just go over separately. I'm a little concerned that we might end up just losing this fleet, but I'm gonna send them now. We got to start making an impact. It's got to be clear to the Cravers that they have problems in more places than just Pisces. Because if they actually renew the attack on Pisces right now, they will win. we will have trouble ending that. I wonder if we could get the Riftborn to stop the war. They've been pretty embarrassed here.
Anger us at your peril.
They managed to take control of the most powerful fleet in the galaxy, and then we killed them, so they're not interested in peace, though. They don't consider any of our stuff particularly valuable, except for systems that I'm not willing to give them. Alright, well, I guess we're going to have to... maybe once we defeat this ground force, they'll feel a little bit less confident. You know, it's a 4X game. The AI is terrible at determining how well wars are going. It's like the number one thing that 4X AIs are bad at, is not knowing when they are losing. Okay, a new hero. I'm pretty happy to see that. I was just thinking I really wish we had a combat hero. Alright, there's no sense in doing a ground drop right away. We will not be successful. Jane is compromised. Sure. Osulo is compromised. Whatever. Ground battle. I mean, we will eventually beat them, even if they keep that, keep us using the bad tactic. Alright, on to call. Boy, I don't even know what on to call. There's just nothing this system can do. Guess work on building this. It'll be better once we get to call 2. That's a pretty distant thought, though. Alright, we definitely need... what I want is a Guardian. An Unfallen. Interesting. So, what is his deal? Plus 1% fleet health per current command point in the fleet is actually awesome. That's a really good skill. And then shield absorption. Health regeneration ratio on fleets. Okay, this guy would be an alright commander. Plus 5% damage as a passive. Yeah, alright, I think we'll take him. Welcome aboard Anaxagoras. Now, we cannot assign him because he's not around one of our systems, but what we can do is assign him here and then merge this fleet into that fleet when it gets there. And yes, I do see the Cravers, but there's not a lot we can do about them at the moment. I'm going to take this and also 10% fleet health. Alright, yeah, get the hell over there. We need you over there. I should have retrofitted his ship. I don't think we can now, because he's not around our systems, yeah. But I could have just put an extra engine on him. Alright, so what's incoming here? 12 ships. Most of them medium-sized. Yeah, it's a danger. That's a real concern. If we could pull off a good battle and get some of them boarding partied, we'd probably be okay. They might just stop on Nakalim and try to conquer it, which would be tough for us. Well, I mean, there's nothing for it, though, right? Alright, let's trivially kill this guy, or rather, make this guy run away, because that's what's going to happen. Actually, he doesn't have anywhere friendly to go. He might just stand and fight. Nope, apparently that node is safe for him. That's interesting. What is the diplomatic relationship between the Cravers and the Riftborn? Nothing. Okay. I think if they're at Cold War, maybe those systems are treated as safe to retreat to. They maybe shouldn't be, but... And I don't suppose the Cravers would be willing to consider peace.
Soon we will feast.
I would take an expensive peace with them. The fact that I'm now... Okay, I was kind of hoping the fact that I am now blockading one of their systems would factor in. They're still probably considering that they're doing well because they're blockading one of my systems, even though their blockade is fragile and only has a couple of turns left on it, effectively. Like, we're in a position here. I'm definitely a little worried. It did take 3 AIs basically all being at war with us for the entire game, but it does look... It looks nervous-making. I am nervous. Alright, so let's, Interesting. Interesting that they divided the fleets and that they sent the weaker one to Lakim. Not sure I understand that play. Alright, do the thing we can do. Oh, you can see that our manpower reserve is actually climbing turn over turn because we are filling Empire manpower to refill the garrison that was depleted. Jane could use more space to grow. And then probably some sustainable farming. You know, these systems are gonna develop into something eventually. I see a Hisho influence bubble. Actually, a pretty large influence bubble. Maybe a problem influence bubble. Maybe we'll have to do like a thing here with a... Maybe we'll have to make a temple or something. I think it's Kessler syndrome. Upper atmosphere of this planet is full of drifting debris. Well, that's inconvenient. You should probably just chill. We're getting pretty close to absorbing this collapsing star. That's cool. That'll be helpful. Oh, hey, that ship left Pisces. It's headed to Hidel. I'm not sure why that would be the case. Okay, but now I have more sieges than he does. How does he feel about that? Any chance of truce now? He's very concerned about feasting. I think he's screwed up the southern front in a way that is gonna make it difficult for feasting to occur. Alright, well, we managed to maintain. Things got worse than I thought they were gonna get, and then they got rapidly better, and then a little bit worse, but we're still holding on. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if Still Holding On can maybe be upgraded to Doing Alright. And we'll see you then.